DeAndre Cortez Way, also known as Soulja Boy, rose to fame as a teenage internet sensation in the mid-2000s. Born on July 28, 1990 in Chicago, Illinois, to Lisa and Tracy Way, he had two brothers, Tracy Lee Jenkins and Dion Jenkins. Dion sadly passed away in a car accident at only 14 years old. Soulja Boy's parents broke up when he was young. His mother began dating a man who calls himself Soulja Gambino, claiming that that's where Soulja Boy got his stage name. No one's able to verify that. DeAndre relocated to Batesville, Mississippi at 14, with his father, who ended up buying him a computer and a microphone. Soulja Boy started recording and mixing his music on a bootleg version of Fruity Loops, and quickly started uploading his music to platforms like SoundClick, MySpace, and was actually the first rapper on YouTube, pioneering the use of social media for self-promotion in the music industry. A little note here, SoundClick now focuses on beat leasing, but it was the original SoundCloud. But it operated similar to a Bandcamp iTunes hybrid, where you could download a song for $1, in which the artist would give 50% of that.
How it popped off was, we had this shit called SoundClick.
SoundClick, right.
So that was before MySpace, before everything. We had SoundClick, then my music started going up the charts on SoundClick. You know what I'm saying? I was getting 20,000 downloads a day. I was charging 99 cents for the record. They were taking half of the money, so I was making 10,000 a day.
With the SoundClick downloads that Soulja Boy was pulling, he was very financially comfortable, though the amount of money he was making at the time varies wildly from his own accounts. Most independent artists in those days were still trying to break out into their local community, networking with A&Rs and labels, a more in-person strategy. Not many were uploading music onto the internet. His song Babes was a huge hit that would later get him signed to Collie Park and Interscope Records in summer 2007. The same year Crank That dropped, Soulja would upload his music to sites like LimeWire, mistitling his songs to whatever was popular. So almost anything you downloaded at that time ended up being a Soulja Boy track. Absolutely genius but deceptive marketing. Crank That achieved unprecedented success, topping the Billboard Hot 100 for 7 non-consecutive weeks. Soulja Boy was most likely the first artist to make a dance go viral and inspiring copycats in the process, opening the door for every viral internet dance since. And I'm talking internet dances, everybody doing the Macarena, obviously that was like a thing. Its commercial triumph was further solidified after Collie Park Music, an imprint of Interscope Records, re-released the track. Following this breakthrough, Soulja Boy dropped his inaugural studio album, SOULJABoyTellem.com, featuring the hit single Yeah. Despite receiving mixed reviews from critics, the album peaked at number 4 on the Billboard 200 chart. Notice the name of the album. He was determined to drive his audience over to his website. Again, very futuristic thinking for the time. Kiss Me Through the Phone featured an important phone number, 678-999-8212. That number was like a fan line.
I ask you also, I called the Kiss Me Through the Phone number today.
Yeah.
It just went to a dial tone. What happened?
Oh man, we gotta get the number back, man. That number's so legendary, man. You know how they do.
Cause you wrote it, you didn't know it was even somebody's real number.
No, it used to be my number.
Then you switched it to like the automated voice message one.
All right, so let me tell y'all the real story.
Okay.
So that number was like a fan line. So every time somebody called that number, I was getting paid off of that shit. It was like a subscription, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could text it or call it. I probably making like $100,000 a month off of that, just people calling that number. So probably like after like 2 years, 3 years or something, the company that I had the number with, they shut down. I guess once they shut down, somebody came and got the number, you feel me? But I gotta get that number back though.
That was absolutely brilliant. The first rapper to use what is widely known today as SMS marketing. The subsequent years saw Soulja Boy collaborating with fellow artists and maintaining his presence in the music scene, with a slew of singles and mixtapes. Despite facing controversies and legal challenges, he remained resilient, adapting to the fast-changing music landscape. Expanding his reach, Soulja Boy dove headfirst into social media platforms like TikTok, utilizing them as avenues for promotion and engagement to stay relevant. He was the first rapper to get 1 million likes on a tweet, the first to make millions of dollars on ringtones, the first rapper on YouTube to go viral, the first rapper on YouTube, period, The first rapper to get a verified badge on Instagram. The first rapper to launch his own shoe company. First rapper to utilize phone marketing. He had a lot of actual firsts and a lot of claimed firsts. So what can we learn from him? We can learn so many things from Soulja Boy that it's actually a little bit crazy. Soulja Boy owned his audience by funneling people over to his website, even though he utilized alternate platforms to an extreme degree. He went so far as to name his album after his website. Kiss Me Through the Phone gave him yet another line to his audience by putting the phone number in the song, guaranteeing that his audience wouldn't forget the number, and then monetizing that number. He was an early adopter. Do you ever sit back and think about what the next 10 years of music will look like? How will the internet change? Will the streaming model for music still be in effect? What does the future use of AI look like? Will it invent new genres? Will it change the listener's music preferences? He used every form of media to market himself. So many people just want to focus on the music, but you are in a losing battle if you refuse to show your face. As of 2020, about 90% of videos uploaded to YouTube never even got 1,000 views. Why do you think that is? Remember, you're always in stiff competition. There's always someone who wants this more than you do. There's always someone that's willing to put in more work than you ever will. Soulja Boy ventured outside of music into shoes, and even a video game console that ended up getting him sued by Nintendo, because it was basically just a Nintendo emulator. He always wanted to make sure that there were other avenues to make money. He never wanted to depend solely on music. And of course, that is the safest way to do this. Soulja Boy chose quantity over quality, because he knew that that's what worked at the time. He would spam platforms with his music, and some of the music was really bad. He also would mistitle his music so that people would click it inadvertently, and hopefully they would like his song. Soulja Boy had such a futuristic view. He had a really good feeling about the future of the internet and the role that it plays in music distribution. I feel like a lot of people will go around and look for gems from different producers when the gems are all around you. All you have to do is wake up. There's no secret to any of this stuff. The people that get ahead are the people that look ahead. The people that can see the future of something and they jump on board. Not wanting to be on TikTok or any other platform just hurts you. You want as many people to see you as humanly possible, and you don't want to fall out of their peripheral vision. Because the second that you do, audiences are extremely fickle. Audiences are also extremely forgetful. You will lose relevance. Another thing that I see a lot of people doing is the same exact thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. And that's literally the definition of insanity. There's a million different ways to go about this. And hopefully one of these days you find the way that works for you. And I hope that today you think about what the future will look like, what trends will start. Instead of looking at the way that things work now, try to look ahead. You don't need a teacher or a course to help you figure this stuff out. Look at people like Soulja Boy. Look at people that are creating. Look at things that are working. Look at things that aren't. Your teachers are all around you. This video is sponsored by me. If you like content like this, I would really appreciate a like on the video. And if you would go so far as to buy me a coffee, 100% of the money goes towards more creations like this one. Thank you guys. I really, really appreciate your time. Go off and create something.